Welcome to the Wrap-Up, a VR live stream focused on keeping you up to date with the adoption of universal profiles and growth of the new creative economy. Join us as we uncover the fusion of technology, artistry, and innovation that's redefining how we create, share, and experience in this digital age. It's time to wrap it up. Welcome back to the Wrap-Up. Today is November 3rd. The year is 2023. And before we dive into today's show, take a minute to click that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps a ton and ensures you don't miss any of our upcoming episode. Alts Anonymous, how's it?
What's good, my guy? Good to see you. Hope everyone's Friday is going great so far. For me, my manager actually told me to have a good day, so I didn't go into work. Doing great today then. Just vibing out. But keep that on standby for these terrible jokes, fam.
Will do. Will do.
No, doing good, buddy. Doing good. Good to be here as always. Been loving the LUKSO vibes this week.
Things are getting pinker and pinker, aren't they?
Indeed. I see more LUKSO on the timeline every day.
Yeah, I love when the new name shows up. My initial thought is, oh, it's someone new. And then my secondary thought is, wait, who rebranded their account? And then I dig and I find it's someone new and I like it.
Always good to see some new faces find their way in because, I mean, we're still early at this point, right? It's not easy to stumble upon the alpha. So kudos to the fam who've taken a pink pill.
Absolutely. All right. Our top story today, UPS go live on November 8th, 2023. But before we get to that top story, let's hear from our friends and sponsors over at LEEQUID, our preferred liquid staking solution for the LUKSO blockchain. LEEQUID is a liquid staking solution purposely built for the LUKSO blockchain. Users can stake LYX tokens and in return, earn receipt SLYX tokens redeemable one-to-one for the deposited LYX. LEEQUID notably offers flexibility, allowing users to opt in or out of staking at any moment via the protocol's liquidity pool. This feature removes the potentially extensive wait times typically associated with traditional staking methods. With the support of advisors and multi-signatories from the LUKSO team, LEEQUID is steadfast in its commitment to achieving decentralization from the beginning, underlining transparency and trust. Following a thorough audit by consensus, LEEQUID is set to launch in October, integrating suggestions to ensure a seamless and secure user experience. Don't forget to follow LEEQUID on Twitter to stay updated on opportunities for earning passive rewards and contributing to the security of the LUKSO blockchain. Okay, our top story, UPS go live on November 8th, which brings us to our first tweet for the day, which is actually from the exhilarating. Out of responsibility, I felt the need to manage your expectations. That's right, Alt, your expectations. 11.8 does mark an important milestone in the development of the LUKSO network, but it's going to take dApps to make the network come alive. So let's just pump the brakes a little bit here, buddy.
Just pump them a little bit, just tap on them. No, I think it's always good to temper expectations and kind of just let the universe surprise you, right? But if you, if you've really dug into the fundamentals and your vision is long-term, you know the drill, right? Keep your eye on the prize. Long-term, it's a much different game, so this is just kind of this is a really nice milestone, right?
Yeah, great milestone. This was hey, don't FOMO. Don't be disappointed when you create your universal profile if you can't do a million things, right?
Right away, right. You got to be a little patient sometimes. But remember,
everybody will move to LUKSO.
Right. They're all coming. We're just kind of opening the floodgates. And speaking of, as we said, UPS on mainnet isn't the finish line. It's just kind of opening those floodgates. And we've got a message here from Jake Prinz. Even though we have been preparing for this moment for a long time, we still rely on work to be done by LUKSO. So there's still some breaking changes that can be made, which means also changes to our code base. So basically, once UPS go live, takes a little bit more testing before you can actually roll things out. So it is a bit of a process, right? But it's going to be really fun to kind of see, which projects, start to come online over the next few weeks and months.
Absolutely. We know our friends over at Universal Page are working hard to bring not only a working product to market, so the end user, which are people like me and you alts, can enjoy creating websites attached to our universal profiles and because there's a lot of ands with universal
Sure.
profiles, but also they're bringing tooling to help developers build very quickly on top of universal profiles. So thanks, Jake and Vlad. I prodded you with that initial tweet because I knew that you would lend your wisdom, advice, and perspective here. And again, this is just like in the background for our community. The 8th is a milestone. Don't get yourself so ramped up that you're going to be disappointed in the end, right? Because there's nothing to be disappointed about here. This is actually a really fantastic milestone that we've hit.
Yeah, for sure. This will be one of the ones you look back in a couple of years and people be like, wow, that's when universal profiles went live.
Yeah. 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 And you can say you were here for it. You can be one of the LUKSO enjoyers. Good. Well, there's been a lot of actually good news popping up, because as we march towards the 8th, we're starting to get a little bit of an ease on that liquidity crunch. Even if some of these platforms are not platforms you use, it's nice to see that people are getting more and more access. And I imagine this will start to accelerate a little bit. The first one we have is Simple Swap. Simple Swap welcomed Lux onto their platform and allows you to go and swap with 1,000 other digital assets without sign up. Get Lux in just a few clicks on simpleswap.io.
Beautiful. Yeah, you're right, Heath. I mean, really, you'd think DJ Khaled has been pink pilled at this point because it's another one and another one, right? They're starting to really kind of stack up as we, march towards ups at mainnet. And, there's more reason than ever to kind of start, spreading things out and for people to start integrating us. So we do have another one from CoinEx. Actually, we got listed on CoinEx. They, have the LYX pairing there. So that's a great, thanks Crypto Exchange listing bot for that notification. But yeah, it's great to see another one. I believe that one doesn't require KYC, so US can use that as well, just like with Simple Swap. So it's great to see. Obviously, it's not the big exchanges yet, right? But it's a process, right? We're kind of just stacking things up as we move forward.
Yeah, small exchanges come and then big exchanges follow. CoinEx is actually an Asian exchange, specifically a Chinese exchange. So interesting. That's a big market. It's nice to see that Lux is going to get some exposure there. The next thing we have is we actually have Transact. Transact was thrilled to announce their strategic partnership with LUKSO, and they called LUKSO a pioneering blockchain network revolutionizing the digital creative economy. Big fan of that language. Transact says users can now buy Lux from over 160 plus countries, and they can pay using their credit cards or bank transfers. And there's 20 plus other methods. What's also interesting is Luxo developers, people who are developing DApps for Luxo, can integrate Transact into their DApp if they need users to buy LYX. Now, the interesting part about this early on for early Lux users is you're probably going to be plugged into the transaction relayer from Luxo, at least at the start. So maybe it isn't important that you have any Lux. You can just use the network. But let's say you wanted to get some Lux so you could participate in an NFT drop from one of our friends like Chill Whales or Platies or Universal Punks. There's so many others out there that we can meta heads even, right?
Right. Right.
You could potentially use Transact. And that's a pretty cool thing.
And I love that listing from Transact. Yeah, over 160 countries, the ability to use your credit card or your debit card, and the integration for devs to be able to use. Yeah, that's wonderful. And I wonder, who might be, already starting to look at that for the hackathon entries. So it's great. It's another wonderful integration, and it just kind of continues that trend of stacking things up. Next up, we've got one from DApp Radar. LUKSO is a new L1 blockchain for creative industries. It brings forward solutions for identification, tokenization, and virtualization with dynamic standards and universal profiles to help creatives enter Web3. And you'll notice down there at the bottom, it says #sponsored. So I know you guys and gals have been anxious for some marketing, since for a long time now, right? And now it's actually really the best time to start doing it as we, ups go live. It's really great to start seeing some outreach. So I love to see the sponsored there, and perhaps it continues to pick up steam moving forward.
Yep. #sponsored. Let's see a few more hashtag sponsored out there. Actually, I think all of what you're seeing, like these listings, these partnerships with people like Transact or Ledger or Dapno, these don't happen overnight. This is part of probably the team strategy on the come to market around universal profiles. And I bet you we'll see more. That is purely speculation. on my side. Yeah, there you go. That's purely speculation on my side, but it also is congruent with what we're seeing right now, as we're kind of moving forward towards this mainnet launch for universal profiles. It's obvious that there's a drum beat that's kind of it's accelerating or maybe getting a little louder
Right.
with news about LUKSO every day, which is kind of cool. All right,
Yeah, love to see it.
alts, last part of this segment. Resident bull for LUKSO. That is Wolf. Wolf of LUKSO says, proclamation. If the Lux token is not the number 3 coin by market cap in 2024, I will delete my account. LUKSO is 239 today. Seems like a bold strategy, doesn't it?
60% of the time, it works every time.
Yeah, definitely a bold strategy there. And Wolf has never been shy with bold predictions, so not a surprise there. But we can all agree, ranked number 239 is not even remotely close to where it should be fundamentals wise. It's not hard to imagine top 20 easily, over the coming couple of years, right? But I mean, number 3 definitely a higher mark than that. But I love the ambition.
I love
Yeah, go ahead.
I gotta jump in. I
Yeah, go
love that Alte said, hey, if you're gonna delete your account, I'll take it.
Don't delete it, just transfer it.
Yeah, right. Oh, it kills me.
Oh, but yeah, let's actually kind of a nice lead into up and to the right.
In Up and to the Right, we provide a weekly review of the markets from a LUKSO perspective. We present a range of prices from the lowest to the highest, and we give the prevailing price at the time of the broadcast. Moreover, we provide a summary of the market capitalization of the project, and we compare the existing market framework with our humble market cap goal of a top 100. What you hear in this podcast is just our opinion, and it's not professional financial advice. We are not experts. We are JPEG avatar people. Maybe not JPEGs in this form, but that's what we are. If you need specific advice, please ask someone who's a professional in that area. Listen at your own risk and always double check before making decisions based upon what we are talking about. If you were watching the markets closely this morning, you saw that there was a big old spike on the ERC20 version of the LUKS token, but that's not what we're talking about here. On the LUKS token itself, the native coin of the LUKSO network, we spiked to a high on KuCoin of $6.13. That's nice. That's actually giving us a little up and to the right action there, isn't it, Alts?
Yeah, well, yeah, we finally get a little bit of movement to match the title of this segment without having to zoom out too far, right?
Yeah, we're in a better spot this week than we were last week, but you can see we would still need to get to $11.73 if we truly wanted to reach that goal, if we wanted to be a top 100 project. I think once we get to the top 100, we'll transition this segment to watching the freeze, right? Because we know when we reach a certain market cap, the foundation has said that they are going to literally freeze an allotment of tokens. And then if we stay there, burn them. So we'll probably transition that segment then. But for the time being, we're just trying to get in the top 100, baby. And it feels looking at that chart like, we might be moving. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're starting to eyeball that top 100 for sure. I mean, it's about like a double up from here. Looks like, it's just, I mean, for those of you who are around back, I mean, it's been a while now. I've been in this project for like 3.5 years, I think. But like, if you were there, like in the post reversible ICO days, like, yeah, the move was like from $1 to 27 in like a month or something, just absurd, right? Now, obviously, the markets are different now, but it's just like you can't discount how quickly some of this stuff can change, right? So it's good to stay plugged in and kind of have more of a long-term vision, but to kind of plan ahead. But yeah, so I think once we get into the top 100, however long that takes, yeah, it'll be really nice to transition into a more solid foundation of just like really, getting in more people's radars and being able to, further our reach and really showcase, because now we're going to have ups live, right? So like really start to showcase what these standards are all about. And I think people are going to get excited in the space because if you've been paying attention, I mean, over the last several months, like so many accounts are just like complaining about things that we're literally bringing tools to solve.
Vitalik once famously said for the Ethereum blockchain, Ethereum L1, have we earned it? And that marked a local, like a cycle high, and then the bottom fell out from Ethereum back in 2017, 2018. In this case here, LUKSO definitely reached a high, probably prematurely because we hadn't earned it yet. Right now, the fundamentals are better than ever. And now I think the price action, whatever price action we see, we have earned. And at the same time, I think markets can be a little irrational at times. So if you're looking at price as a justifier, like saying, yes, I'm right, it's like telling you in your head that it's like confirming your bias. It's like confirmation bias, maybe. And that's probably not the right term because people use that negatively. But if you're looking for some reason to feel good about yourself, look at that chart. It's going up today.
Yeah, it's not going to make you feel bad about your choices at this point.
Not yet, maybe. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Let's get to the network update. Okay, with the network update, first thing we're going to check is we're going to check the staking launchpad on the LUKSO website. You can see that we have almost 2.7 million LUKS staked. That's across 83,740 validators, giving a current APR of about 9.5%. Moving on to check Lux.tools, generously sponsored by Vlad Lakonis through his time, money to maintain this public good. On Lux.tools, you'll see the numbers are a little bit different. You can see that the total number of validators is 101,229. That is not matching what we just saw on the LUKSO staking launchpad. That is because we are still working through that validator queue that's stacked up from the launch of LEEQUID. You can see the validator queue is about 20 days at this point. Actually, I checked my Grafana a little bit earlier. It's actually, that's rounding up to 20. It's starting, we've fallen underneath the 20 number at this point, which is kind of cool. So we're slowly but surely working through that queue again. That's a lot of validators here. Looking forward to more and more home and solo stakers coming online, alts reaching the God tier of staking. And one thing I want to draw your attention to, which I always find interesting, is you can see the purple section, that is LEEQUID, right? That is the largest group of validators. But then there are three big slices of the pie underneath. I don't know who they are. They're obviously early investors, but like, could that be ... You make up your own mind. If I was a brand that was looking to pay for the gas for my early users, that may or may not be something I would want to do, is stake some LUKS and then have an infinite supply of gas so I could pay for transactions for a long time. What do you think all of that, alts? Speculation Nation.
Speculation Nation. No, I mean, yeah, that's always kind of been on my radar too. Just curious if that was happening. It would be pretty awesome and pretty smart, to be honest, to kind of plan that far ahead. And I'd love to see, like, yeah, we're gonna get more distribution, right, as his DApp nodes start going out, and especially as the ecosystem grows and more people come in, we're gonna get more people, home staking as well, because like a lot of people in the greater Ethereum ecosystem, once they realize, wait, I can get 9.5% on LUKSO, basically doing the exact same thing. Like, I think we're going to, draw some more eyes for that as well. And I'd love to see the validator queue coming down under 20 days. It'll be nice once we get that back down to nothing. Until we, open up more staking options, and it'll probably ramp back up again, just, as more, demand comes in. But I like where we're headed.
Yeah, you can see there's pent up demand to use this token. A lot of people have been sitting on this token from the reversible ICO, and you haven't been able to do anything with it. So making this asset a productive asset in any possible way is obviously super attractive for people. Once we get ups online with even one DApp, suddenly some of this money that people are pouring into these staking contracts might loosen up a little bit and actually trade between people inside the new creative economy there, from creators to their fans and vice versa. So it'll be interesting to see how this chart redistributes over the next couple months or coming year. That'll be an interesting thing.
Sure. Yeah, it's going to be great to see. It's because it's happened so organically.
Yeah, without a doubt. Okay, this is the network update. So Yamin Yaman actually put together a Dune Analytics dashboard that you can check out if you were looking for this. You can obviously find the link in the show notes here for the live stream, but you can also follow Yaman on Twitter and grab the dashboard there. This dashboard is going to give you an idea of how far along we have gotten in the token migration from the ERC20 contract, which was developed from the at the same time as reversible ICO, to the LUKSO network with the Lux coin, which is the native coin inside of, or the gas token of the LUKSO network. So Yaman, thanks for putting this together. It's a good resource for everybody to be able to check and fits perfectly inside this network update. I know you did that on purpose just for us. I know.
Yeah, Yaman set us up. It's beautiful. We appreciate it, fam. Migration Nation on this one too, right? Like, I mean, as we move forward, there's going to be more and more reasons to, migrate that LYXE over to LYX, for the first few months after mainnet. For a lot of people, that weren't home staking, there was really no reason yet to move those over to migrate. But, as time moves forward and more staking options open up, and like I said, you can start using coins for dApps, like, yeah, we're going to see a lot more motivation to get people to finish migrating over. Now, remember this, there's a rush, right? The window's going to be open for like 4 years. So I guess that's like 3.5 more years from now. But you're going to be definitely motivated to start moving those over, sooner than later, I feel.
And it's a
But yeah,
super simple process, Alts, right?
so
Super,
easy, man.
super simple. And if you're nervous about it at all, you can go to the Pink Pill Productions YouTube under the KEEZ channel. There's a nice little walkthrough video that'll show you the whole process, so you can get your eyes on it before you actually do it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll make sure we add that into the link in the description, fam. That way you can go check it out. But yeah, make sure your URLs are correct. The official one, from luxo.migrate. Something like that. But make sure you're using the official one, and it's super sleek and intuitive, and very, very easy to do. But yeah, next up we've got a tweet from Louis. He sees an agenda for LUKSO meetup number 2 in Istanbul. Account abstraction is here. Dev Connect. It's going to be great. The account abstraction is seems like the major theme this year for for Dev Connect, and we know LUKSO is the bee's knees when it comes to account abstraction, because we are doing it at the core level instead of stacking up layer 2s and other centralized applications to try to abstract away little bitty things, right? We're just doing the whole shebang with the universal profile. So love to see this agenda, and we'll be excited to see who shows up. There won't be a live stream, they said on this one again, but they will be posting a video and stuff. So there will be some recaps. So we'll get to see those panels and some of the partying. I'm sure will go down, because what's a meetup if you can't get your dance on?
Yeah, I think I'm just looking at that agenda, and I think a lot of the community would love to see advanced universal profile usage, a case study. Like, what's the case study? What are they showing there? Because if it's a case study, then you're developing some type of usage that should make sense to all of us from a real world application sense. So that's one talk that I'm looking forward to when they make that public. And then I was just like looking at this agenda here. I thought it was really, really interesting that there's going to be an opportunity to ask LUKSO anything. I wonder what people will ask Alts. Like, what's your favorite color?
It'll probably be like, Winter 1. It's typical. No, it's a dev focused one. Yeah. So I think we'll get some really cool technical questions, I imagine.
Yeah, I love that. All right. I guess last in this section, we get the tweet from Kirikev. I saw this tweet. I thought it was nice. It was a quote tweet over the LUKSO tweet about the build-up workshop on transaction relay services. LUKSO says transaction relay services are a game changer for simplifying the user experience on blockchain with gasless transactions. Kirikev says Netflix, sustaining a free trial business model, has a 93% user conversion rate. This workshop from LUKSO teaches you how to enable gasless transactions for your dApp, realizing the same model and enabling convenient user experience and easier user onboarding to the ecosystem. Okay, let's take a minute here and let's pull this apart. If you're missing the significance of what Kirakev's saying, Netflix gives you something for free, and once you're hooked, then they make you pay for it, right? Alts. Well, right? LUKSO is going to give you transactions for free and then fill in the blank.
And then you are staying.
Move to
Right.
everybody will move to LUKSO.
Yeah, everybody will move to LUKSO. That's perfect. I mean, 93% conversion rate for any user of universal profiles would be something that we would dream of, right? Like that would be massive. I mean, if we get a conversion rate that even approaches that number, we're going to be in good shape, friend.
Well, yeah, but it's one of those things that, yeah, if it's like, if the account abstract away, especially the gas, right? If it's free and easy to come in and just experiment, right? Why wouldn't you? Like, and then you're like, oh man, you would get a peek inside, behind the curtain of like, wow, this is actually what the future of blockchain looks like. And it's, it doesn't cost you anything. It won't cost you anything. You can just come and have it. And it's like, even just people creating universal profiles helps with that network effect and awareness. And then as, maybe it takes a little while before a data that, resonates with that individual, per se comes live, but then they'll already have their universal profile and be ready to go and they can just plug in and start using it.
So they're like, they're giving away the pills for free, right? If we're pink pilling, we could call them kind of like blockchain drug dealers. They're going to give the transactions away for free until you're hooked.
Pokemon pink pills. Yeah, I love it. I love it. But you know what's another great drug of choice? Pinkest tweets.
Almost everything I have on is pink, and it's my favorite.
Starting off with a great tweet from Mintz, but because this is a safer work environment, I won't read his tagline.
We blur that. FUC. Too late.
Yeah, no, Mintz once again dropping incredible AI art. Mintz is just a wizard when it comes in this domain, and I'm really looking forward to Mintz's universal profile. And I hope that Mintz actually put some of this art out there so people can consume it, and he can be rewarded a little bit for his efforts.
Yes, please. I need some Mintz artwork in my universal profile for sure.
Oh, there we go.
Got there for a second. Okay. But yeah, next up, we've got one from Crypto Capsule. LUKSO Network Statistics Week 43, little breakdown there. But I love this bull getting his stakes ready for the next run. This is great. I love this one. It looks, this one just it makes me feel bullish. So yeah, I love this one. Well done, fam.
It's a little disconcerting though, looking at it, isn't it?
Don't go there. You don't got to go there.
All right. I won't go there.
You don't know what kind of meat that is.
All right. So purplewho.lux says, get ready to celebrate when it's time to ascend. And he's got a bunch of pink fam that's just celebrating the LUKSO logo and what looks like a chalice. Rob, can we get that on the screen? We may be having technical difficulties. Let's check the bleeping box in the corner of the screen. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Boom.
Look at that thing. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that's a beautiful one. It's like celebrating the vision of the future. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're literally starting that ascension already. So yeah, well done, Purple Who. Next one we got up from KEEZ DAO. Dive into the LUKSO blockchain ecosystem. A blend of innovation, community, and economic dynamics. Yeah, it's a great thread. Go check it out. But I really loved this. It kind of reminds me of Pink Centauri a little bit.
Yeah, maybe we'll visit there someday soon. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Well, next up we got one from Ragnarup. Got somebody dripped out in pink. I'm not sure who that is. I think it might be a celebrity, but I love the vibe either way. We got a pink phone, pink fur, chains on him. Yeah, looks great.
Looking great. All right. And the last tweet and the winner of the pinkest tweet this week is LUKSO Labrat. Says, calculating those Lux gains, the next 12 to 18 months are going to be an emotional roller coaster. Hope everyone has a game plan, strategy sorted out. The pink calculator would have won by itself, but looking at what Labrat has popped into this pink calculator, and he didn't find the JPEG. He took this picture himself, because this takes me back to like 5th grade math in Mrs. Westerland's class when I realized I could put boobless into a calculator if I turned it upside down. No
Oh,
calculator was safe.
the good old analog days where your creativity had to, you got to push the boundaries, right? Definitely takes me back to my immature childhood. I love it.
Immature childhood. I'd still do this if I found a calculator right
You
now.
would. You most definitely would. Yeah. So yeah, Heath is not grown up yet,
No,
but that's what I
no,
like about you, buddy.
forever a child.
Yeah. So next up, we've got some fashion, art, music, and entertainment in the LUKSO ecosystem. All right, we got another one here from Louis. Today landmarks a special day in my life. He says, growing up as a broke sneakerhead, as soon as I got my hand on a few bucks, all I could dream about was buying every pair of my grails on earth. And he says today he received one of the coolest trainers on earth as a gift. This is a Shoe Fairy Ethylorian. Strikes again. Louis going to be dripped out. Well done there, fam. That's such a great gift. Nice little care package there. Next up, we've got one from the District VR. Actually got a dope little video they just put out on proof of taste. Let's take a look.
We are Proof of Taste, a company located in Berlin, creating gamified true-to-life experiences in the metaverse. As a team of artists, entrepreneurs, and experts in the music, virtual reality, and blockchain space, we are currently developing the District VR. In the District VR, everybody can produce, perform, manage, and visit events in virtual reality. A completely improved and immersive experience of virtual and hybrid live shows that creates new opportunities for artists, for DJs, musicians, for entrepreneurs, influencers, as well as music-related companies, brands, and communities of various kinds.
The USP of TDVR is that artists and DJs can perform simultaneously, in sync, and with minimal latency in a multiplayer environment, which cannot be found in any other VR app. We achieve this by building and programming our own multiple sound output system, as UA4 only allows one sound output. Moreover, on the music tech side, the District VR has much bigger range of available music effects and audio meter functionalities than any other existing DJ app. DJs can easily drag and drop MP3s and WAVs from the computers without any previous download or upload time.
Our goal with the District VR is from the beginning to create a community-owned platform that through tokenization and some form of governance will self-govern itself by the people who are using it going forward and evolve through the participation of creators, builders, and users.
The first version is designed as a district located in Berlin that offers virtual event locations, club spaces, and concert venues, as well as environments for various purposes.
At this time, we've created an MVP that allows the user to put on a VR headset and step into an authentic Berlin-style neighborhood, where they can enter a virtual club to take part in a multiplayer live event. The user can DJ on stage with advanced DJ interactions designed from the ground up for virtual reality. Or, if they're not a DJ, they can go out onto the dance floor and explore that space with other people while experiencing a deep sense of physical presence.
So now, I would love to show you what we have achieved so far.
Okay, that gets me hella excited as a VR enthusiast. I can't wait to VR with the District. I've actually I've tried out a couple of other DJ apps in VR. I'm not a DJ myself, but I kind of did a little tutorials to understand just the basics. And they were just kind of, a bit meh, right? This one seems way more next level. And I, as from the other side too, is just like someone going in there to vibe out. Like I've been to several Web3 virtual parties with other DJs, and it's fun, it's great. But moving it into VR with this sort of level of integration and technology, I think is just going to completely blow everything else out of the water. What are your thoughts on that, Eve?
My thoughts on that are, for anyone thinking, wow, cool game, I'm glad that you've recreated the ability to DJ in a virtual reality realm. I can do that anywhere. I would say you're being way too narrow in your thinking. One, the quality of this is through the roof, like we just saw, and like you're alluding to, Alts. But two, this is blockchain enabled. So how is the blockchain going to be integrated into this experience, right? This is built on using the LUKSO rails. That's something they didn't mention much in this video, but we know for a fact is something that they are doing. So how is online ticketing going to change? Right? There's so many,
Right.
how is like digital merchandise? There's so many things that are going to come from this. And that's the expansive vision that you have to be able to like you have to be able to see or open yourself up to. Maybe that's the better one. You have to be able to open yourself up to a vision of reality that is not necessarily something that you're used to or you've experienced yet.
And because it's fun and playful, people warm up to this new kind of account.
Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't even touch on just the concept of the actually doing these things on chain, right? So that's just the technology, standard, VR technology. It's better than anything else out there. But then on top of that, you're getting better, blockchain tech integration as well. It's it's really gonna be really cool. So very thankful they chose, to build with LUKSO.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. And as I'm looking at the next two tweets, I'm like, we probably could have inverted the order in these, but let's go to the tweet from Audrey first. Aureliano says, I haven't realized the opportunities that life gives you with the heart and the praying hands emoji. We wanted to call this out. There are some cool things that Aureliano is definitely building. He's a very talented dev, and he's working with the Artifact team there. You can see with Samuel and Maximini. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Maximoni. Yeah. Okay, good. But the reason we kept this up here is there might be a project on that first bullet point that we might want to pay attention to. Do you recognize
I heard
that
they
one?
were building on LUKSO.
Yeah, I heard there's going to be something on LUKSO. Yeah, MetaHeads, keep an eye out for that because we're working on fully rolling out on LUKSO with some interesting stuff. So please, pay attention. Keep your eye out for news. Follow MetaHeads on Twitter. And Aureliano, thanks a lot for all the work that you do. You're a talented guy and you're a really great guy.
Yeah, we appreciate you, fam. Super talented dude. And very like a vision, such a vision of the future too. So can't wait to see, what he does with these projects. He's got another one too, he pinged there too, something very interesting with Jack. So something with a ticket there, looks like the emoji. So keep an eye out on that one too, fam. It's going to be really cool. But just keep an eye out on Aureliano. He's going to be doing some really dope stuff moving forward.
Yeah, Jack's got the vision, if you didn't know. One thing I know about Jack is he's a great guy and he really believes in empowering and educating the greater community around the possibilities that exist. Let's put it that way, inside of communities. So that's what I'll say here. And then let's push it forward to the tweet that I really think could have come after the district VR, and that is from Upturn. Upturn is the project from Leadfoot, and Upturn is about tokenized loyalty. It's like it's going to enable a reward/loyalty program or programs online in a really simple way. If you go to the Upturn interface at upturn.live, you can see that you'll be able to mint LSP 7s and 8s directly from the interface itself, which is actually really interesting. I will tell you though, alts, I don't know the full vision here for Upturn, and that is because Leadfoot is a mysterious guy. So I'm really interested to see where he goes with this project. It's got a cool vibe to it. You can listen to some incredible music selections that he has up on the interface. So if nothing else, go to upturn.live, check it out, and listen to a few of the tracks that Leadfoot has curated for you.
Yeah, no, I love the hashtag tokenized loyalty. Like that's one of the things that excites me most about these standards is, being able to reward your community in unique ways and build with identity and reputation. So yeah, I'm excited to see, what Upturn actually turns into. It's going to be really, really cool. So yeah, just keep building up there. But next up, we've got a little bit of dabbling for the visual learners. All right, we got a tweet here from Yaman. 4337 does not compete with universal profiles. And he's tagged the ERC725 account there or any other smart contract based account. It just standardizes the feature of decentralized relay calls, which could be supported by these accounts, right? It's a really simple way to say, or more in-depth way to say profiles over wallets, right?
Yeah. If you're a smart contract dev at LUKSO and you've spent all this time building out an ecosystem around universal profiles, and people are going quote unquote ape shit over something that is that is inferior to your fully integrated solution, I'm sure at times you're like, hey, pay attention. So good for Yaman for calling that out, because you know what?
The problem is that we're still all relying on so-called wallets.
Sorry, how to get that one in there.
No, good for Yaman. I love taking to Twitter with visual learning. I appreciate that. And actually, I had some visual learning too. This one doesn't have much to do with blockchain, but if there's an earthquake, you find the local change machine where, you know, you drop the quarter in and the little shelf tries to push the other tokens off. You stand next to that baby, because as an intellectual, you know that's going to be a place where you can reap some benefits.
Yeah, but you probably need to find an older model, because I think the newer models probably have safeguards against people bumping up against them.
No, it's an earthquake. The ground shakes.
I mean, it's probably the same mechanics. But yeah, definitely your odds increase. I don't think they could probably handle that much shaking.
Free tokens.
You might need like a really high on the Richter scale to get what you need there.
Oh, all right, fine, whatever. I'm an intellectual.
I love that Leonardo DiCaprio down there too. That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, last one. We've got one that I actually made last night. I was cracking up making this one, but yeah, Fabian's like, I'm gonna make him a standard he can't refuse.
Make him a standard he can't refuse. Yeah, Fabian, the blockchain developer gangster.
I love it. That's kind of how I imagine, you know, a lot of this stuff is just like, it's going to be God tier, right? Godfather tier standards, right?
God tier. Love it. Love it.
Well, next up, actually, we've got a little bit of speculation nation for the fam.
All right, we got a blank screen there in the middle because we wanted to prompt this by saying, when we have speculation nation, we want you to know that we know a lot of this stuff is never going to come true. In fact, we bring up a lot of this stuff kind of tongue in cheek. And the reason we do it is to try to let some of the air out of the balloon that blows up in the community, because speculation is cool until people take it really, really seriously and then get upset when the speculation doesn't come true. So let's take a look at the video that we posted. It's a cut up from last week's wrap up. Speculation here. We've got we may be reading a lot into this tweet, but this is for the fam. This will be good. Sadly, I won't be able to come. He's not going to be in Istanbul for Dev Connect. What a bummer. He does say, however, he might be at the Binance conference Istanbul the week before, which he's been at Binance conferences before, but the part that we're speculating on is, look at that winky face. What's he winking about?
Speculation nationers mount up. Could this be it? Only time will tell. I do love that wink at the end. That's such a great way. Let us speculate on some stuff.
Either he did it intentionally, or he just did it in there as a one-off, and then everyone in the community were going nuts. We're like, the winky face. I know what he meant by the winky face.
That about sums it up. But yeah, Fabian did chime into that, and he says, OMG, I see I have to be very careful with my emojis. And I'm not sure what the nerd emoji there, what that actually means. But yeah, actually Binance conference is not happening for Fabian. He says the time slots don't work for his schedule. So that's sad to see, a bummer. I'm sure he's insanely busy at this time.
Yeah. So again, when things come up and we want to speculate on them, we're going to do it because it's fun. It's part of the fun of being in a project so early, but we're also doing it to try to let some of the air out of the balloon if we hear speculation at times, because it's a way for us to bring it into the public conversation without it being divisive. Let's put it that way. Right. So Fabian, oh, where did I go? Oh my God, I've disappeared.
That's a nice trick there, Eve. I've never seen that. I can only speculate what is happening right now. Oh my God. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, We'll
All
see
right,
if you come back.
No, I don't know. I don't know where I am.
We
You're
got
gonna
you
have
loud and clear though.
All right, cool. You're gonna have to take it to the next slide.
Yeah, no, but I mean, so yeah, it's really good that everything's, you know, tongue in cheek for sure. Like we like to kind of play around and have fun with it. And like you said, kind of catch it on the front end because I mean, it's all just speculation is merely speculation, which brings us into this next one, right? We have Beeple. People started noticing he had an up there in this latest, season 14 piece of artwork there. And Fabian even went on to retweet it and says, "I see the up at Beeple." So surely it's a reach, of this one, of course, but that's what speculation is all about. You reach for the skies. But all in honesty, someone like Beeple has spoken before about the clunky hurdles, currently in the way of launching Web3 art. So, he would absolutely love ups if he ever did decide, to build on LUKSO.
All right. I'll just carry this for another second
Yeah,
here. I figure out what's going on.
Well, actually, it actually leads us into this, so we started up this What's Up on Twitter, running our spaces back again this last Tuesday, and we're going to be doing it every Tuesday moving forward. So, if you're part of the LUKSO community and you want to come chat and hang out, if you're new and you have any questions, it's a great space to kind of, come and prod us. There's going to be a lot of KEEZ members hanging out. And if you have any questions, for us or just want to chat and, rap about LUKSO and Web3, just come join us. It's going to be great. And I think it's kind of a nice time to kind of ramp that back up too, because there's going to be a lot of new faces on Twitter, coming in as we grow moving forward.
Yeah. Yep. Without a doubt.
I can see it, Ethan. A nice little close up there.
Yeah. Am I in the frame? I can barely tell.
Yeah, kind of close
All right,
enough.
yeah, cool.
There you go.
All right.
Love it, actually. That's a nice look.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I think my camera looked kind of like crazy there at the end. All right. Yeah. So please join us for the Twitter Spaces. It's a great spot for you to come and participate with us and have a quick conversation. It's a great spot to blow off some steam as a community and also have a little bit of fun together. So consider, if you're on X, to join us on that platform.
Indeed. Well, that brings us to the close of this show. We try to keep these more concise so the fam who isn't watching live can easily watch at their leisure. But yeah, hopefully everyone's Friday is going great, and hope you had a nice Halloween. I would love to hear. I need to check on the timeline and see what everyone's costumes were. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful weekend, fam. Before we head out, Ethan, I did have a quick question.
I've been waiting for this question all day long. Hit me with it.
What did the earthquake say when it was done?
What did the earthquake say when it was done? Shaking off.
Sorry, my fault. Yeah, terrible. But that's the best way to end a show, is with a bad dad joke. I'm glad you got that sound effect now for those awful jokes.
Oh, you're welcome.
But yeah, that one came straight from Laffy Taffy.
Perfect. Again, you're gonna you eat so many of those, your teeth are gonna fall out. You got to be careful.
But yeah, hey, Prazen, good to see you, fam. Good to see you.
All right. Well, hey, we've gotten to the end of the show. Somehow I'm still here, although it's probably a very strange close-up because I really don't know what happened to that camera. But if you made it this far, be sure to like and subscribe so you can see more of our weekly hijinks where God knows what's going to happen in this VR realm. Thanks again for tuning in, fam. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you, fam. And do what you do best. Stay pink.